Hello and welcome everyone. This is Mohammad Inzamam from Sai Meda ESET Coaching Center, Koti, Hyderabad. In this very course of TSPSC, Telangana State Public Service Commission Assistant Engineer for Civil, we are going to be discussing most expected questions which are going to be there in the Assistant Engineer examination from the base of previous Assistant Engineer and Assistant Executive Engineer examination bits అనేది మనకి ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, most expected questions అనేది మనకి ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, every single bit with explanation with surrounding questions and which are the next expected question in the examination we are going to discuss in this very course. Sai Meda Koti Hyderabad is already providing the Telangana State Public Service Commission Assistant Engineer course guys in the offline and as well as online batches. Okay, offline online batches మనకు already start అయిపోయినాయి. 31st October guys it's going to be starting the offline batch in the Sai Meda Koti Hyderabad. Online already మనం ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాం. సో మీకు ఏ డీటెయిల్స్ కావాలన్నా సరే స్క్రోలింగ్ లో ఉన్న నంబర్స్ కి మీరు కాంటాక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. And don't forget to subscribe the channel guys. Those who have not subscribed the channel, new members and watching this course for free can subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to be notified for the further more updates. Let's start the video lecture now. Telangana State Public Service Commission Assistant Engineer. In this course, first subject that we are going to start is strength of materials. In the strength of material, the topic which we are going to discuss is fundamentals, mechanical properties of the material. Most expected questions. You can see that every single question which is there now I am going to explain over the digital board is going to be how many times already appeared in the previous Assistant Engineer Civil and as well as mechanical. Okay, observe here. The first slide that we can see, question appeared, material which exhibits same elastic properties in all direction. What I want to convey is, observe this one, from the starting 1987, from the starting 1987 guys, 1987 you can observe here, 1987, then 1993, then it was appeared in the year 2004, then 2006, then 2007, then 2008, 2011, 2012. So these many times a single question has been appeared. In the Assistant Engineer examination, every single question, every single mark is going to be getting you nearer to your dream job, that is Assistant Engineer Civil job guys. So ఖచ్చితంగా మనకి ఎంత silly question ఉన్నా సరే, but repetitive question ఉన్నా సరే, definitely you should be learning about that question. Okay, observe here. So we'll be discussing about all those important points now itself. So the first thing that we are going to be talking about is, sir, what is the meaning of a homogeneous material? Observe here, this is a homogeneous material. At any point, property in one direction is going to become same. Is going to be what? Same in one direction only. Observe, I am taking the x direction, x direction, x direction. All the properties are what? Sigma. Properties in one direction are same. One direction, any point. One direction, any point. Properties are same. Properties are same. Then it is called as which material? Homogeneous material. Then it is called as which material? Homogeneous material. Next one is isentropic. Isentropic is something which is called as what? Entropy. It is a degree of disorderness of the materials. Entropy is remaining what? Constant. That is energy remaining constant. Then it is called as which process? Isentropic process. Entropy is represented with what letter? S. Entropy. Entropy remaining constant. Entropy is what? A degree of disorderness. Degree of disorderness of molecules. This is something related to thermodynamics. Degree of disorderness of molecules. If remaining constant, then it is called as which property? Then it is called as isentropic property or isentropic material. Allotropic material. Allotropic materials are allotropy. What is the meaning of allotropy? First of all, let's discuss. Allotropy is a conversion of material from one phase to another phase based on the temperature change. That means suppose we are having what? Iron can exist in the form of alpha iron, beta iron, gamma iron, delta iron. That means it can exist in more than one form. It can exist in more than one form based on the temperature. As temperature changes, then what happens? Its structure changes. So this structural change is called as what? Allotropy change. And what is the allotropic material? Allotropic material is a material which can exist in different form of crystal structures at different temperatures. So this is also not the correct answer. Now iso. What is the meaning of iso? Iso means same. Iso means same. Tropic means what? Directionality. Topic means directionality. So now we can understand that isotopic, that means at any point properties in all the directions are same. properties in all the directions are same. This type of material is called as which material? Isotropic material. Now we can understand why these many times this question appeared. It is a standard question of the strength of material, that assumptions of strength of material, the first and foremost assumption is material is isotropic and homogeneous. So isotropic is the asked question here. Iso means same, tropic means directionality. In all the direction properties are what? Same. Then the material is called as which material? Isotropic material. So what is the correct answer for this question? Option number 4 is going to become the correct answer for this question. So observe here guys. Let's see the next question now. Hooke's law is valid up to. Hooke's law is valid up to. Based upon the Robert Hooke given that Hooke's law, it states that stress is directly proportional to strain, with which Young's modulus we have derived, that is linear stress divided by what? Linear strain. Linear stress divided by linear strain. Similarly, shear stress directly proportional to shear strain, that is we are going to get the rigidity modulus represented with C, N or G. C to represent J2, N to represent J2, G to represent J2, that is shear stress divided by shear strain, that is the angle. Last one is what? Bulk modulus. Based on the bulk modulus we can write here direct stress. Direct stress is directly proportional to volumetric strain, and it was given by bulk modulus K, that is direct stress divided by volumetric strain. Volumetric strain. Basically it is change in pressure. Here it is going to be change in volume divided by original volume with negative sign. Okay, observe. So now for all of these three, shear stress directly proportional to shear strain, linear stress directly proportional to linear strain, direct stress directly proportional to volumetric strain, this was given by Hooke's law, that is stress is proportional to strain. Stress is proportional to strain. Up to which limit? Proportional to. Answer is what guys? Proportionality limit, or limit of proportionality. Many of the textbooks given the answer as what? Elastic limit also, but the correct answer when both elastic limit and a limit of proportionality is given, you need to choose which one as the correct answer. Option 3, that is proportionality limit is going to become the correct answer. So from this very question now we have learnt that Young's modulus is stress by strain, linear stress by linear strain, rigidity modulus or modulus shear modulus is called as what? Shear stress by shear strain. Bulk modulus dilation constant can be written as direct stress by volumetric strain. So this is again one of the important question appeared how many times? Observe here, 2004, 2008, 2011, 2015. Many different competitive examination created this question as a important question and the most expected question for assistant engineer civil. Next question, observe. The principle of superposition. Superposition, this concept is very much important. Sir, what is the meaning of the superposition? Superposition principle states that, observe here, if you are having multiple loads, let's say point load, uniformly distributed load, uniformly varying load. So individual loads if I take into consideration, that is point load, UDL, then UVL, and take the algebraic sum of all the three, 1 plus 2 plus 3, this is going to be giving you the same net effect. This is going to be giving you what? Same net effect. This was given by whom? Principle, superposition principle. It states that algebraic sum of all the individual loads or partial loads will be giving the same net effect as the combined load. Okay. So when the principle, superposition principle is valid, sir, what condition, for what materials it is going to be valid, what load it is going to be valid, which type of material conditions it is going to be valid, let's see. Superposition question appeared in the year 2004 and it is valid for linear elastic materials. Have to remember it is valid for what? Linear elastic materials. That means, observe here, some different variations are there. This is the variation called as what? Linear elastic. In the tension test you might have learnt about it guys. This is linear elastic. Then you will be having what? Elastic point. This is proportionality point. After the proportionality point it is going to become non-linear elastic. Then you will be having which point? Yield point. Upper yield point is there. Then you will be having lower yield point is there. Then we will be having a plastic point will be there. Afterwards we will be having ultimate point will be there, and after the ultimate point we will be having failure of the material. So this variation, this starting variation is called as what? Linear elastic. That means up to which limit? Proportionality limit only it is going to be varying. After that, non-linear elastic, this is called as yielding, this is called as plastic zone, this is strain hardening, this is strain softening. Manam gurtupeట్టుకోవాల్సిన point is what? Only up to the linear elastic materials. So second one is the correct answer. Let's see one more superposition question here. Observe, one more superposition question appeared in the year 2006. Sir, principle of the superposition is applicable under what condition? Very small deformation must be there. That means slopes and deflections are negligible. This is again one of the assumption of the strength of material. Have to remember, slopes and deflection are small. Slopes and deflections are small. This is what we need to remember. Or the slopes and deflections are very small in comparison with the radius of the curvature, that is bending. So have to remember, structures subjected to very small deformation, superposition principle is going to be what? Valid. One of the important again question for the superposition already appeared. The principle of superposition is always valid, not valid for the impact load. Always remember, it is valid for the gradual load. So it is not going to be valid for which type of loads? Impact loads, it is not going to be valid. So it is also again superposition based question and asked in the year 2008. One more important superposition question. So you can see guys how many times the superposition concept is getting repeated. Principle of superposition is valid only for all metals, elastic, linear elastic, homogeneous. Answer is what again? Linear elastic materials. Again appear 2016, APPSC, AEE mains 2016 exam. Next question. In the working stress method of design of steel, this is which material guys? Steel material. Steel is basically which material? Ductile. Steel is considered to be a softer, that is ductile material. Okay. The factor of safety is given by. First of all, let's try and understand about the factor of safety. I'll write here. Factor of safety is deformation stress. This is a logical formula guys that I have created. I have to remember in this manner. Deformation stress divided by design stress or working stress. Design stress or working stress. Where the permanent deformation start? Permanent deformation. If you see a ductile material subjected to a tension test, you will find that first will be which limit? Proportionality limit. Then will be which limit? Elastic limit. Then you will be having what? Guys? Then will be having the yield point. Upper yield point. This one is lower yield point. And then you will be having plastic point. And then we'll be having ultimate point, and then we'll be having the failure. Here have to remember that yield point is the point, yield stress is the stress where the permanent deformation starts. Now this is the diagram which is going to be there for which material? Ductile material. If you see a brittle material is going to be failure at directly from the which point? Ultimate point. There is no yield point here. So deformation is going to be starting from which point itself? From the ultimate point itself. So we will be having factor of safety, two formulas. One is for which material? Ductile material. Another factor of safety formula is for which material? Brittle material. So two formulas we need to remember as an important formulas. Ductile material formula is where the deformation starts, where the permanent deformation starts? Yield stress. So you are going to be writing the deformation stress as yield stress. Where the deformation starts in the brittle material? Ultimate point. So here you are going to be writing the ultimate stress. This is the logic that we are going to remember the factor of safety for both ductile and as well as brittle material. At the denominator we know the working stress or design stress is going to be the denominator. So there is no change in the denominator. No need to worry about the denominator. Focus only over the numerator part, that is ultimate. Have we need to utilize the ultimate or we need to utilize the yield stress? Ductile material, yield stress. Brittle material, ultimate stress. This is the formula that we need to remember. So now let's come back and let's see what is the formula he's asking for. He's asking for the steel, that is ductile material. Factor of safety for the ductile material. How many times question appeared? Observe here. 2006, 2007, 2009, 2009, 2011, 2012. These many times the same question has been appeared in the assistant engineer and different competitive examination. And the correction and the answer is what? Yield stress divided by working stress. Fourth one, because deformation stress for the ductile material is yield stress divided by working stress. So now we know. Let's move on and say shear strain is usually expressed in. Observe the shear strain. Basically, it comes in the shear modulus G, that is equals to shear stress divided by shear strain. This shear strain is basically an angle. We know that whenever a body is there, this body is subjected to some tangential amount of forces, it is going to be shifting its position. It is going to be shifting its position to by creating an angle. By creating an angle. Let's say this point is equals to A, let's say this point is equals to B. So this point B will be shifted to what? B dash. If I draw a triangle here, let's say this is a triangle creating an angular deformation B dash. This one is A. So what is our slope now? What is the angular deformation? Tan phi. So this tan phi is equals to opposite by adjacent. What is the opposite? What is the opposite here? B dash. What is the adjacent here? AB. So what we can write? B dash divided by AB. Tan being very small, we can write phi. Phi is equals to B dash divided by AB. This phi is what now? Angle. Phi is what? Angle. So for angle we can represent in terms of what? Radians. So which is going to become the correct answer now? Radians is going to become the correct answer. So for this question we can write shear strain, option number 4 is the correct answer. No units is not there in the option. Next one. Units for volumetric strain are, volumetric strain formula is there in bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is equals to direct stress, that is pressure, divided by change in volume divided by original volume. So this is the volumetric strain now. So volumetric strain will be equals to change in volume by original volume, that is meter cube divided by meter cube. Meter cube cancel. So what are the units for the volumetric strain now? Volumetric strain does not have any units. So what is the correct answer? No units is going to become the correct answer for the question. How many times this question has been appeared? Observe here, 2008, 2009, 2012. 3 times this question has consecutively appeared in the competitive examination. Next question. Poisson's ratio is the, observe here guys, Poisson's ratio is equals to, what is the formula? Lateral strain divided by longitudinal strain. Lateral strain divided by longitudinal strain. When one is increases in one dimension, suppose this is a member to which we are applying the load, diameter is going to, what happens guys? Diameter is going to decrease, but length is going to increase. Length increases, diameter decreases. That means if one dimension change is going to reduce, another one is going to increase. So one is positive, another one is going to become negative. So this is the basic formula with negative sign also you need to remember. Negative also, because 2 options are there. Observe here, ratio of the lateral strain to longitudinal strain, ratio of lateral strain to longitudinal strain with sign changed. With sign changed also we need to focus and remember. So what is the correct answer for this question? Option 2. How many times, observe, this question was appeared? 2008, 2012, 2011, 2012 assistant engineer examination, this question was asked there. So now we can understand how much important these questions are and the most expected questions for the next year examination for the assistant engineer. Next one, creep of the material. Creep is something which is going to be depending upon 4 parameters. What are they? Stress, strain, time, temperature. What is the definition for the creep? Slow and progressive deformation. Slow and progressive deformation. Deformation means what? A strain. Slow means what? A time. So this is something related to time. This is something related to strain. Under constant stress. Constant stress. This is also you need to remember, constant stress. So now the keyword is constant stress. At a high temperature, generally it takes place at a high temperature, is going to increase the creep. So we are having time, temperature, stress and strain. So 4 parameters are there that we need to remember for creep. Now let's understand the definition. Continuous deformation. Continuous deformation with time. So this continuous deformation is something related to strain. This is related to time. Under sustained loading. This sustained loading is what now? Constant stress. Constant stress. So which one is the correct answer now? Option 1 itself is going to become the correct answer. Okay. Chalo. Observe the next question now. Flexural rigidity. How many rigidities are there? Actually 3 rigidities. The first rigidity is called as what? Axial rigidity AE. Axial rigidity AE. The next rigidity is what? Flexural rigidity. Flexural rigidity is equals to EI. Flexural rigidity is EI. Torsional rigidity. Torsional rigidity is equals to what? GJ. What are the units now for axial rigidity? Axial rigidity is meter square into Newton per meter square. Both gets cancelled. What are the units now? Newton units are going to be there. EI is what? Newton per meter square into meter power 4. That means the answer is going to become Newton meter square. G is what, Pola? G is we are having the shear modulus Newton per meter square. J is again polar moment of inertia. So what are the units? Newton meter square. So what is the question asked there? Flexural rigidity na? Flexural rigidity formula is what now? Newton mm square or Newton meter square. mm lo raskovalante it's going to become again mm. Newton mm square is going to become the correct answer. So this is how you people are going to be learning the surrounding questions also. Okay, observe there. So this is the end of the slide now that we have discussed totally. So make sure you people are understanding all these questions, guys. TSPSC Civil already AE batch has been started in the Sai Vedakoti Hyderabad. Online coaching, offline coaching, whatever you people are having the doubts, what is the fee structure, what are the batch timings, online, offline, regular test series, examination, everything is going to be what provided to you for this numbers. If you have any doubt, guys, call to this number and join as soon as possible and start your preparation for your dream job, TSPSC Assistant Engineer Civil. Thank you very much. With one more concept, with one more video, I'll going to be coming soon. Don't forget to subscribe.